Sometimes unintentional humor is the best kind of humor. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 epic product translation fails.
It's finger-licking good.
Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we'll be looking at companies and their international marketing blunders. The more extreme or hilarious the translation fail, the higher its position on this list.
Green Giant.
Number 10, Do Nothing, HSBC Bank. In 2009, banking giant HSBC tried using a version of their American slogan in many foreign markets. The slogan, Assume Nothing, was instead translated to Do Nothing in many countries, which put HSBC in a tailspin.
Remember, don't do anything. Nothing. Pop up.
If you're trying to motivate customers to move to your bank, Do Nothing is not really a positive message. Executives, understandably, were panicked and the company ended up spending $10 million to remedy the situation. In the end, HSBC decided on the tagline, the world's local bank, which, to our knowledge, had no translation issues. Still, the error serves as a valuable warning on the trials of international business.
HSBC, the world's local bank.
Number 9, Prostitute, Nokia. In 2011, the Finnish communications company Nokia released their Lumia cell phone. It was a perfect name for a hip new electronics brand, vaguely futuristic and audibly pleasing. In Spain, however, Lumia takes pleasing to another level.
Experience the amazing everyday. New Nokia Lumia.
Perhaps Nokia should have consulted some foreign friends before naming the phone, as Lumia translates in Spanish to prostitute. It's really not a formal Spanish word, but a colloquialism in the same vein as whore or hooker.
You know, you could pay me. That's one way to maybe break the ice.
Looks like the shoddy battery and the sound weren't the only things that people had to complain about. Number 8, Are You Lactating? California Milk Processor Board.
Thank you.
Got Milk is one of the most recognized advertising campaigns in North America. It was first conceived by the Goodby Silverstein and Partners Advertising Company, then released by the California Milk Processor Board in 1993. The campaign was a giant success, and the slogan was plastered everywhere in the media. When the board decided to send the campaign across the border, further increasing their public profile, they hit a hilarious roadblock.
Oh, hang on, let me get some milk. No!
I'm afraid your time is almost up.
Got Milk became Are You Lactating in Spanish translations. Lucky for them, the board caught the mistake before it could really spoil their plans.
Having trouble feeding your baby? Bam, say hello to your lactation specialist.
Number 7, Eat Your Fingers Off, KFC. KFC's finger-licking good slogan is one of the best known in American advertising. Trademarked in 1956, the tagline has been used on and off ever since, and as KFC expanded to foreign markets, finger-licking good went with it, to sometimes hilarious results.
Colonel Sanders, boys and girls, make a really finger-licking
Good chicken.
In 1987, KFC entered China and became the first Western fast food chain to open there. Though the integration was beyond successful, the first Beijing restaurant opened with jeers as the famous tagline translated in Mandarin to Eat Your Fingers Off. KFC still proved to be a success in China, with over 5,000 restaurants in the country popping up since the late 80s, despite the initial self-cannibalism blunder.
Guys! I can't!
Number 6, Small Penis, Ford Pinto.
Ow. My pride.
Along with being one of the worst cars ever invented, the Ford Pinto has one of the worst names in translation history. With a track record that would make a pyrotechnics expert smile, the Pinto needed all the help it could get to sell cars in other countries, like Brazil for instance. Unfortunately, Pinto in Brazilian Portuguese is a colloquial term for small penis, which added a unique problem to an already hazardous sales campaign.
Well, that's not true. I've heard a lot of women say that they actually prefer a small penis.
After many recalls and marketing and manufacturing disasters, Ford gave up on the Pinto and stopped making them in 1980, marking the end of a short 9-year run.
Pinto, different where it counts.
Number 5, Intimidating Green Ogre, Green Giant.
Can this be the same old valley?
Ho, ho, ho.
Green Giant.
The Jolly Green Giant is a supermarket staple and one of the most famous mascots in produce. Few people can conjure the image of the giant without hearing the ubiquitous jingle showing off the affable giant in a leafy tunic.
Green Giant.
Green Giant peas and carrots products are sold across native North America and have been advertised in other countries, to sometimes humorous effects, of course. In the 1960s, the amiable giant moved to Saudi Arabia, and unfortunately, their mascot's friendly demeanor didn't come across there.
The Jolly Green Giant is a cruel taskmaster.
When translated in Arabic, he becomes known as Intimidating Green Ogre. so close.
I live in a swamp. I put up signs. I'm a terrifying ogre.
Number 4, fly naked. Braniff International Airways.
We're going streaky! Yes!
Younger viewers probably only know Braniff from the jingle that finishes South Park episodes. But Trey Parker and Matt Stone actually took that clip from a commercial for a real airline and named their company after it. Braniff was an American airline that ran from 1928 to 1982 and came back in other forms until the early 90s. In 1987, Braniff wanted to promote its leather seats, and the advertising in Mexico caused waves of hilarity. The slogan was "Fly in leather." But in leather, which is en cuero in Spanish, is very similar to en cueros, which means naked, and oddly enough, the company never changed it. Number 3, won't leak in your pocket and impregnate you. Parker Pen Company.
And we wanted to offer a really new writing experience, still classy, but very pleasurable.
This US-based company, founded in Wisconsin in 1888, has had one of the more unique translation fails. Parker Pens expanded to Mexico and shocked potential Spanish-speaking pen purchasers with the slogan, "It won't leak in your pocket and impregnate you."
There's no bloody way. I'm 3 months pregnant.
Well, doctor, it's not exactly a traditional fetus.
The company's intended meaning had been, "It won't leak in your pocket and embarrass you," thinking the Spanish word embarazada meant embarrassed as it sounded. But no. Of all the translation blunders on this list, we're not sure there's another one that missed the point so bad. Unless Parker Pens have a special ingredient they're not telling us about. Number 2, toilet water. Schweppes.
It's down there somewhere. Let me take another look. Oh.
Founded in Switzerland in 1783, Schweppes has been in the business a long time. In fact, their signature tonic water product was the first soft drink ever invented.
My boss has to have Schweppes.
Despite creating additional products like club soda and ginger ale, it was the tonic water that got Schweppes in trouble thanks to an ill-fated sales campaign in Italy. The Italian language was not kind to Schweppes' tonic water, as it translated the product to toilet water. Suffice to say, Schweppes' toilet water was not exactly a successful product in the Italian market.
Here we go. Toilet water for everyone. Don't worry, it's not what you think.
Number 1, it takes a horny man to make a chicken affectionate. Perdue Farms.
Do you chickens?
Well, that's a mouthful, eh? Perdue is one of the leading producers of pork and poultry in the United States. Founder Arthur Perdue was succeeded as the head of the company by his son Frank, and it was something Frank said that led to this very serious gaffe. A Frank Perdue quote was modified to become Perdue Farms' longtime slogan, "It takes a tough man to make a tender chicken."
What do they know about chickens?
When this was translated for Spanish speakers, it instead came out as something like, "It takes a sexually stimulated man to make a chicken affectionate."
Do the chickens have large talons?
Do they have what?
Large talons.
I don't understand the words you just said.
This sage advice may or may not be true, but it's doubtful that Frank appreciated the mix-up.
That's why my chickens always have that healthy golden yellow color. If you want to eat as good as my chickens, you'll just have to eat my chickens.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.